might have guessed already, but it's actually about an internet troll, and it's about a bunch of friends who were targeted by this internet troll. And yeah, it's got two kind of point of view characters. It's also got a blog. So I'm going to give you a taste, just a quick taster of each of those parts, each of those elements of the book. So the first part that I'm going to read is basically one of the characters is a radio presenter. She's a local radio presenter. And I thought I'd start with a reference here to everyone's current favourite book, so see if you can spot it. She pulled her headphones back on, and Adam did too, well trained after quite a few appearances. So, she said, what do you make of all this fuss about 50 Shades of Grey? She narrowed her eyes at him. Have you ever been a bit 50 Shades? So this is her best friend, who she still has a bit of a crush on, who she's interviewing on the radio. Not that I would admit to on air, Adam said. Obviously, I'm a rich millionaire from my work as an artist, and have a helipad on top of the studio. But apart from that, Kelly could hear Ryan laughing through her headphones. She felt like she might melt into giggles. She couldn't look through the window to the producer's booth. It would all go wrong. She refused to make eye contact with Adam too. Something about his presence was sending her all teenaged and silly, regressing her back to earlier in their friendship. It was the light in the blue-green of his eyes, the way they crinkled at the edges when he smiled. She pulled herself together and straightened her face, keeping her eyes focused on the studio control screen. Your latest exhibition's at the Attic Gallery until the 14th of January, she said. Yes, Adam said, turning professional, a mode of operation in him that always surprised her, even after all these years of being grown-ups together. It's reflections on the recession, portraits and landscapes of the dispossessed. That sounds really cheery, she said. Adam didn't laugh, and Kelly filled the silence with a nervous cough. She'd forgotten how seriously Adam took his work, how driven he was on this particular subject. I'm sure it will be as brilliant as ever, she said, trying to recover it. People, I can't recommend this highly enough. If you've seen Adam Hall's work before, you'll know exactly what I mean. Adam gave her a tight smile, looking slightly embarrassed. Thank you, he said. Are you working on anything new? Hashtag change the subject. Hashtag quick. Adam hesitated. His eyes narrowed. A few moments passed, and Kelly was shot through with something. Panic, she thought, at first. Then she realised it was not that. Lust, more like. A shot of fancying the arse off this bloke again. Would she ever get over that? I've started a new project, he said. His voice was close to a whisper. I can't say much about it, but it's internet-related. He cleared his throat. Watch this space, he said. Well, that sounds fascinating as ever. Adam. Ladies and gentlemen, Adam Hall, thanks for joining us today. My pleasure. The headphones were off again. Kelly was smiling, but the edges of her mouth felt strained. Thanks for that cheery comment, Adam said. He sounded amused, though, and Kelly was relieved. I'm not going to be taking portraits of the dispossessed. Her voice was playful, and she coloured the title of the exhibition with a commentary kind of sound. She was multitasking again, and her eyes flicked to her Twitter feed on the screen beside her. Sick man followed you. Sick man retweeted you. Sick man retweeted you. Sick man favourited your tweet. Who the hell was Sick man? Kelly clicked into his profile. It didn't say much, which was always a worry. Maybe it was the troll who rang up the radio a lot. The timing made sense. Fighting the good fight, his profile said, and not a word more. It sounded like some conspiracy theorist or a 911 truther, which was a bit scary. Her mouse pointer hovered over block, but she couldn't quite click it. Kelly? She looked up from the screen and across at Adam. He seemed to be waiting for something. Eh? A voice had gone back to the estate, to her childhood. I was asking you if you wanted to go out when you're done. I'm not in a rush, I can wait for you. Yeah, sure, she said, still staring at Sick Man's profile. He hadn't tweeted yet, just retweeted and favourited tweets that she'd posted. He was following only her, which made her strongly suspect it was someone she knew, although she couldn't be sure, having such a public-facing job. She moved the mouse from block to follow. Why not? Hashtag keep your friends close, etc.